Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to another edition of Pepper Chair Show, your favorite show in that talk about entertainment, education topic, political topic. Sometimes welcome to your favorite show. We have our special guest here today, Gita from the US. He will be talking to us about his career a lot more on the show today. I'm your host today, the blogger Aze, your favorite blogger promoter. I have my co-host on the show today. They will better introduce themselves before we go to our guests. Welcome to Pepe Chair Show once again.
Hey guys, it's great to be here. This is Pepper Chair Show. I'm your girl DJ Finest and live from Beaverton. We have a great guest, so I'm just excited about today's show. So let's get started. I'm ready.
Hi everyone, this is your boy Jutumo Escoli, and I love to be called Bishop Chu. I'm live from Liberia, West Africa on the Pepper Chair Show. Hope you have invited someone to listen with you. And it's good to have our amazing guest, G.Org, here today.
So everyone following the show, you can share the live show that is going. You can comment if what do you think of the show, what we're going through the show. You can share to 5 friends. We do appreciate. So we get into our guests. So Gita, what's up, bro?
What's good? How you doing? How you guys doing? Thanks
Cool.
for having me.
How you feeling? How you feeling on Pepper Chair Show right now?
Right now, I'm in the hot seat. I'm feeling a little nervous.
Wow, wow,
I feel like I'm
that's good.
We'll be nice.
run for
We'll be
president.
nice. We'll be nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Quickly, everyone following the show right now, we want to know who our guest is, who G.R is, who he is. Talk a little about yourself, who G.R is. Can you tell us?
Yes, sir. So my name is G. Dot. I've been, just been different, and I love, rapping, making music, writing songs. That's what I love to do. I love connecting with people, on the creative level, and meeting people like, uh, just being creative in general, like making dope music, things that people can dance to, things that people can connect with, because there's different types of music out there. So like I'm still exploring, I'm still learning, but I'm very grateful to be part of like a atmosphere that, helps me grow and build.
Okay, that's great. We love you too to be here. We are working hands to push entertainment. So you talk about doing music like quality music, standard music. So what do you do? What you are doing right now? Like what encouraged you to do what you are doing right now?
Right now, so I have a challenge currently to write more songs because I feel there's a lot of songs in me, but I don't write. I haven't written a lot yet. I haven't, dedicated a whole bunch of time to being in the studio this year, just focusing on just getting myself together mentally. So an opportunity is coming down the line that I'm trying to be part of. So I'm really trying my best right now to get myself ready for it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's good. You better
That's what
do
I'm.
because the world is watching. The world is watching. Many of your fans wanted to be out there as the biggest artist in the world. So everyone following the show right now would like to listen or understand which type of music you do, which kind of music you do.
I'm very versatile. So I started off doing hip hop and rap because that was the most it inspired me. Um, that's what I resonated with. Like I grew up, listening to Biggie, Hypnotize, and the big hits from Tupac. So I always wanted to kind of like do that, but it wasn't something I got into till later in life. But then Afrobeats got big, but I've always loved like Afrobeats. But like I want to bring a flavor of rap into that, like legitimate dope rap. Like what's his name? Sarkozy. A very, very rest in peace. I forgot his name too. Like the name skipped my head, but like I was inspired by that, like Wizkid, with his music. just the fact that Rima, you know, with Calm Down, and how it just like exploded on the world stage. Like that's like the official song for the after World Cup party. That threw me off because I'm like, he's Nigerian, they're playing it in Argentina, you know? So that's what I was looking at. Like I want to make music that resonates with people. So like it's more in the lyrics. There was something that people said, like, you know, when you're happy, you hear the music. But when you're sad, you hear the lyrics.
Oh.
So yeah, you
So
know,
which one
it makes
which one
sense,
is
right?
better for you as an artist? Which
I'm
one
sorry?
which one will you pick? Happy, feel the music, or which one will you pick?
So as the artist, I feel like you're I'm writing the lyrics to connect, but I want it to be happy. So like people are listening to it, they can relate to the song, but like when they're really listening to the song, they're like, wow, he's really saying something.
Yeah, it's a message.
Yeah.
I like that. So let me just jump in.
Okay.
Doing
Before you jumping in, DJ Final, many of our fans and followers are currently in the comment box asking for one of our co-hosts, Man Lizzy, right now.
Oh,
sorry to say, like our
yes.
Man Lizzy is seriously sick. She was not able to join the show today. Like she is seriously sick. So we ask you guys to keep her in your prayers every night. You pray for her to see her back on the show.
Yeah, speedy recovery, Man Lizzy.
We wish Lizzy a speedy recovery. Unfortunately, she's not here. So yeah, we miss her. So Lizzy,
yeah, go ahead. You're talking to my artist. Go ahead.
I spoke with Lizzy last night, and she can barely talk, so she couldn't even talk. I had to speak with my brother. So, you know, but she's still waiting on results. Everything so far came out good. She's trying to find some answer, but she's good. You know, just got to keep praying for her.
Get well soon.
Okay, that's cool. You're saying something to G. Can you complete that before going forward? DJ Finest? Can you hear me, DJ Finest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. So I was asking our guests, right? So yeah, you're doing music here in the States. Now, what is the challenge? Are you or what is your focus? Are you focusing on music that's connecting with Africa, or are you focusing on lyrics that are connecting with, you know, the people out here, the Africans out here? What is the
I'm focused on, like I said, connecting with different people. I don't feel like I'm bigger or smaller than anyone. So in a way, that gets me in problems because you know, the way you carry yourself, you have to carry yourself a certain way so that people respect you. But like, I don't really like see myself as bigger than I am. So like, I want to relate to the person on the street, you know, the person that sells like freaking puff on the streets, that you know, because it's a human thing. Like with music, it's human, you know, human emotions. Like, you know, Bob Marley is one of the biggest artists in the world. When he was making music, he just wanted to connect with people. He didn't say, oh, you know, my demographic is Jamaicans, you know. You know, like when this guy made this, you know, when these people make songs, like it's like, you know, people feel it. So I'm really looking for making music that touches people, like real music. I have the kind of songs I wrote, like they're diverse, you know. Like one of my songs is called Toxic. It's about toxic relationships. Like, you know, it's just like talking, but like Africans.
Go ahead. No,
Africans, we hear it and they're like, yeah, this is rap, but like it's a dancey song. But then they listen to the lyrics, they're like, oh yeah, I know a couple people that have been through that. And you know, like out here, I perform out here, so I have to appeal to the people with short attention spans sometimes that listen to it. So it's playing that role, like without trying to be my natural self and still playing the role where I connect with people of diverse backgrounds. So I'm not trying to just target one person.
I mean,
yeah,
just Africa only, but you want the world to love your music. So exactly. I love that. So I'm talking about my next question. I think we already answered it. But I just wanted to know, like when you're doing songs, when you write it, first of all, do you write your own songs or do you have someone write for you? You write your songs?
Yeah.
All right. And you write your songs. So that's good. So you make all the money.
Yeah, right.
Right? So you write right. So you're writing your own songs, you're doing Afrobeat. Out of all these Afrobeat artists then that are popping, I mean, we know we got some Afrobeat artists. They're taking things to the next level. We're talking about Thames, just nominated for Oscars. Who will you make a song with if you can pick one Afrobeat?
It's funny, La Bianca is from Minnesota, where I'm at, and she had the biggest song right now with is it I've been drinking more alcohol for the past 5 days. Could you check on?
Sure.
I love that song.
Isn't it dope? That's what I'm talking about.
Me too. I love that song.
I love it.
So of all the artists, like if I had to pick one, wow, that's a really good question. I probably want to do something with Wizkid. Because I like his swag. His swag.
They king him.
Yeah, like Thames is dope. I like Thames too.
Did you say Whiskey is a king? Who told you that Whiskey is a king?
Let me tell you why I said
Whiskey. You saying the king
is
a
Whiskey. But I said Whiskey is a king because I read the origin of Afrobeat, because Afrobeat a long time, but Wizkid is one of the artists, the young like Nigerian artists that were able to put a twist that kind of relates, that kind of connect to the younger generation, So I feel like people see him in that way because he brought a style that could connect with all the young people, and then other people started, generating major. So
like the beauty of Afrobeats is like it's so diverse too.
Exactly.
Super diverse.
How far Afrobeat? All these artists in America, can you imagine Soulja Boy and all try to beef with our African artists so that he can gain some,
Yes.
This is how far Africa have come, has come.
Chris Brown loves Afrobeat now. He starts speaking pidgin English in his songs.
So that is fun. That is cool for audience to know about. But I know that I have a little background of Cheetah, but I want him to make it clear to our audience that are you originally from America or you have African background?
No, I'm I'm born Nigerian. I live in Minnesota, so I'm not American. I'm African. And
so what kind of support are you getting from Nigerian entertainment industry? Because right now I'm in Liberia as a blogger and promoter, and I see most of the diaspora artists complaining that my country are not supporting, and the diaspora artists are based in America. So how that's working for you? Are Nigerians entertainers helping you?
Well, it's complicated because I'm not ungrateful. I'm like, I always appreciate the love, and you're not entitled to it. You're not entitled to anybody to work with you. That's why you always work with artists that like appreciate what you do for them. Like what you're doing for me right now is great for exposure because, you invited me to the show. If I was griping about, I never get invited to interviews and all that, it makes you look different. It makes you look kind of weird, So like in one way, yes, I wish everybody just like beats down my door, but but it's complaining about it doesn't help the situation. Let's just keep making good music. Afrobeats is a worldwide phenomenon because it's not because people were looking for Afrobeats, it's because it was undeniable. So I'm trying to get to that point. And at that point, I feel I'm going to be like, yeah, I told you. But until I get to that point, you stay humble, take the opportunities that come to you and continue to build.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
so
that's
Gdo,
nice. I see.
I want to know something. Now you are trying to do a blend of Afro pop and where you're doing Afro pop in a rap contest, How are your fans very relating to that new flow? You're trying to put rap into Afro to make it sound more classic. Are your fans cool with that?
Yeah, like it's when people don't hear something that they're not used to, like they pay attention to it, and like they've always heard something different from me. I was talking to one of my friends that we came up together. I was just having a conversation with him last night, and I was like, "Yeah, you got to hear this new song that I'm working on." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, but it's different though. It sounds different." It's like, man, all your songs are different. Like, so I was like, it's a compliment. Like, you don't know what to it's familiar, but it's not. It's new, but it's old. It's nice, but I like to do that kind of stuff. Um, I don't want to have that, not to, not bashing artists that are out there, but like I don't just want to sound like everybody else. So when people hear me, like the first reaction I get is that they stop. They just like it's like when you're processing something new, so they just like stop and appreciate it. And then
Okay.
after the song is done or my performance or whatever, then they go, bro, that was dope, So I like
Okay.
that. I like that.
Yeah,
It's
so
good.
Okay,
It's good.
that's nice. You talk. Go ahead, Chutumun.
I would also like to know. I would also like to know. We have seen over the years that more production credits when it comes to Afrobeat songs, they are giving to producers that are based in Africa. Nigeria, Ghana, yet the level of Bon John, Phil Keys, and a lot more. So how are your productions like? Your music production where you stay in the US? Are there quality Afrobeat producers there that you work with and you are satisfied with their work?
Like as I started off with the rap, and so this year, like I said, I have this challenge where I have to really come up with new music because I didn't write a lot. Like I don't work with a lot of big name producers because like I haven't had access to them yet again. But like I go with what inspires me. And this song I wrote, Link Up, it was my friend that actually made the beat. And he's Liberian, so he's like, yo, G, I know that you killed this. So he sent it to me and I heard it. And the first time I heard that beat, I was like, yeah, I know exactly what I want to do with it. So when it comes to like connecting, this is the time that I'm really gonna have to start connecting with like more legit Afrobeats producers all around, and like it's not that far away from me. I can really, shout out to my boy Archie, shout out to Wizzy in Nigeria. Like I work with a studio in Nigeria, so now they're sending me stuff now, more stuff. So now the challenge for me is like I really gotta like pick that lane, make more songs that are more Afrocentric oriented, because like I said, my background was rap, like it comes back and then it flows into like the smoother, Afrobeat style and without sounding like Jamaican too, like really sounding
right. Trying to balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So,
I was gonna ask you though, talking about Liberia, who is your favorite Liberian artist?
Right now,
yes,
I'm gonna say Jay-Zino. I heard Onana.
Oh, I hear you.
I was like, what? I'm gonna work with this dude. Yeah.
What's up? That's what's up.
Yeah.
If you can collaborate with artists, you would choose Jay-Zino?
Jay-Zino for sure. Bucky Raw is an artist, is a dope rapper. I think he's actually based out of Minnesota before he, expanded to Liberia. He's a really, really good rapper.
Who did you say? Who?
Bucky Raw.
Oh, Bucky Raw. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, really dope rapper. So like he inspires me in the sense that we Africans, we're really good at we're good at rap. Like there's no, rap, like I said, rap is my background. But like the beauty of rap is lyrics on beats, so like you can always form it into any genre,
right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And if you think the whole history of rap, like it's always been Africans. Africans have always been there. Like when Jay-Z started Rockefeller, it was some Nigerian girls that were helping him set up his office. Akinyele, Nas, all those people have always, and you know, it's New York, so there's always Africans around it.
So Nigerians been around for a long time in the music game.
Akon was with the Fugees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like it blew my mind. I was listening to, I don't know what I was doing that day, and I was listening to albums like when I was doing my education, listening to the Fugees album, and you know they came back to like 1, 2, 3, and he was like Akon. I was like, what? Yeah.
It just goes to show how those people been working. You know how it takes to get to the top. You know, you got to put in so much. You know.
Yeah. So I'm very.
Okay. That's great. Like, G, you talk about your son creating your own self, your own kind of sound where if you start to explode in the world, where if you're saying, yeah, your son, they're going to know that this is G, they don't have to go look at the son name and thing. So I want to know, how do you work on that? How do you create your sound?
Like, I focus on like the way I tell the story, like the lyrics. Like I said, I don't want to sound the same, so I always try to switch it up on my songs. But with my songs, like you would always hear, like sometimes I repeat words. Like it's like I would repeat, like there was I'll just give you an example. It was like it's acquired, how we do, you can't know. It's a fire, niggas ain't got those. It's a choir singing out to Popo. So like when you hear my song, you hear my voice and you hear me repeating the same thing. Like it sounds like this is the same thing. Is that like
so you talk about like adding a lot of lyrics, but I understand why you are talking about like there are sometimes rapper make a refresh in your lyrics because they want for their listeners to understand our part immediately. So I just feel like, do you have more lyrics on a song like than Ebony?
Like, yeah, I know what you mean, like a tag. Yeah. like this is G Dot. Yeah, like I don't know. I have a unique voice, so I think like people hear it. Like I'm trying to figure out what my tag would be, but I don't like it's all gimmicks. I don't want to have that gimmick, you know. I just want to be real. Like, but it'll probably come out during the evolution of me as a rapper. But like you hear my voice, so you know, like I got this deep draw with the voice, you know, and the way I like talk, like you can hear it, it's like anxious, you know.
It's like you anxious to get your lyrics out. Let's get
exactly. So you hear it like, you know, ripping up the runway, punching on the highway, that kind of stuff, and like people hear it, and they're like, okay, yeah, that they know that's G Dot. You know, I'm trying to think, but like having a signature like thing to say. Usually, like if you just hear the song, you hear me reference Africa, you hear me reference Minnesota, you have that usually like I'm always repping.
Yeah, while I'm talking about, I don't know if you get it right. You talk about lyrics on a song because lyrics has a rapper lyrics made a song fine on the beat. Like I was asking if you add more lyrics than Eminem on a song. That's why I was asking.
I wouldn't say like there like it's one thing. No, I wouldn't say no. Like I don't rap fast. Like I might talk fast, but I don't.
Okay. So I already understand that you right. I see like you have the flow, but sometimes I don't know if you are afraid of Eminem because Eminem is a good in the American music industry right now. Right. Because I see your flow, you say you are more lyrics in song. Like if it was some rapper that rap like you are more lyrics in song, they're gonna say, yeah, I can do that. I can put more lyrics in song than Eminem. Like in the next future, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna break Eminem record. But I know that you're gonna beat that record time to come. So in creating a style and writing a lot of lyrics or putting a lot of lyrics on a song, do you practice as a rapper?
Yes, I do. And yes, I mean, Eminem is the GOAT. So like trying to like challenge him It would be like trying to challenge somebody that, like a kung fu master that keeps practicing every day because he's always on it. It's always every day. But I mean, he doesn't make, that's the thing about, he doesn't make songs anymore. Like he's just a rap practitioner. You know, like you hear it like, oh, that's really dope rap. But like, it's not like, you know, when you heard his songs when they first came out, because it's like he was saying something. So like, there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories to tell. So I want to, when I write, it's not really about, I want people to be like, oh, this is a dope rap song, or these are dope lyrics. But most importantly is that they get the emotion and the feeling from the song, from the words. That's more important to me than like the flow. If I'm talking about, just an example, if I want to talk about, there's a lot of topics in this world, right? We're talking about like struggling. Like I was
Okay,
like,
do something real fast if you want for our audience to know what you are talking about.
Right.
Can you do something real fast? All right, do it. Yeah, we are listening. Let's listen to Gita all right now. Let's listen to a short freestyle quickly before jumping in. So if you are watching the show right now, share the show to 10 people, comment on here because he about to split some fire. Let's go, Gita.
Okay, so this one is simple.
What are you rapping about first so they can know?
Yeah, so this one is talking about like nowadays, not philosophy. I was like, Coco is the matter. Everything is matter. Make your brain scatter. Elephant stamp. Find yourself trampled. You got to get sharper before they come trap you. Every prayer snack. I'ma know they slack like rubber. I'ma snap when you see me fly past you. Another lap. See him try to clock what I'm doing on the app. Speculating how I put that app on the map. I don't need your daps. Focus on your raps. While you sleeping on me, I can focus on my racks. I will blow her back out, but she love to rap. Her friend hold her down better. Guess where I'm at?
Wow. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Wow, that's really good. That was really good.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Everyone watching right now, if you want for Gita to do that, then you have to request for a premium interview. You ain't gonna do that for us like 2 minutes straight. I trust you know, you can do a 2 minutes straight freestyle. But let's continue with our talk on the show right now because we know like you feeling much good and happy about Gita being on the Pepper Chat show. So Gita, I want to know what is your role like? What does an artist role in your society? Like you are an artist, what is your role in your society?
The role is to tell the stories, is to resonate with people. Like the world is, my friend said it yesterday, it's like the world is prickly and sharp. And it sucks because like that's where we are right now. Like everything is tough, you know? And like what inspired me to do music more is the fact that like I didn't feel like a lot of artists are talking about the realness of life, you know. Shout out to R&B singers, shout out to you know, singers that like cater to women and all that. But there's not a lot of people that talk
Before
about
going
like
forward, do you say rapper are not rapping about real life?
a lot of people are not. A lot of people are not. Like they're talking about the things that are cool to hear. You know what I mean? It is part of real life, where it's like, you know, there's no raps about like you know, someone like struggling to find work, you know, somebody that's struggling to like escape from Africa to come to the US because of it's just the politics is just holding them back so hard, you know. And those are the stories I kind of want to tell. Like, you know, like you don't really like real stuff. Like, you know, there's a large exodus of doctors coming from brilliant people that they have to leave and go work in the UK because they're not getting paid enough at home. And you know like
I totally get what you're saying because that's kind of what I talk about in Liberia. Like the artists can use their platforms to raise awareness.
Yes.
You know, let the young, because a lot of the young people are listening. So put the message in the music so they can hear what's actually happening. Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, so Gita, you talk about real life rap. So I want to know like your latest single plus video Thursday. Like I want you to briefly explain about Thursday. Like what got on your mind? Where was the first time where you were just sitting and created that vibe?
That was okay. So I was looking up beats online and I found this beat, and I was like, man, I like this, you know, because the bass, like, it was heavy, and I was like, yeah, it was just driving, and I was trying to think of something that would fit with it, and I remember the first line that came to my head was like, she says she want to be a wifey, likely not me, but she's still my bitch because I'm toxic, you know. And that was and I was like playing, like, but it was literally about like, it's like I want to write about a relation, like toxic relationships are actually like when you're in a toxic relationship, it's called toxic because you're there, both of you are there, but you can't leave each other, but you're not good for each other, you know. So like I try to like paint that picture. So it's like the story of a guy that just like he's having this fun. He has his own girl, but like he's all over the place, just doing his own thing. And he's like disrespected, but not in a disrespectful way, you know? Like if you watch the video, you see like this girl, she's like talking to me and I'm just like looking at the camera, you know? But that was
in doing so, have you been in a toxic relationship before getting our experience to impact the world with it?
A couple of times. That's why I could write about it, because I mean, all of us have experienced one toxic relationship in our lives. Yeah, I can't leave him.
Apart from me, I'm not. Apart from me, I don't know about myself.
We have a child of God over here. No,
have you been in a toxic relationship?
We are all victims of the weather, bro. Like G dot. We are all very victims by that. And we don't know that artists are not started, you know, conveying. Issue of toxic relationships within a song. But all different. No young man will just move from 0 to reach that age that we are encountering it in our space. Usually have to have 1 or 2 toxic relationships before you can get something sustainable. So I'm
the first to do that.
No, like everybody.
So moving quickly, like who produced that song? Because that song, I listened to that song sound like a standard song, a big artist song. If some people haven't yet toxic, go on YouTube, search for G the Art, you're gonna find a song, listening to your song, comment on YouTube and give your reply on this interview, because toxic is something that you need to understand. And if you have been through this toxic relationship, you're gonna get okay. I see right now, our CEO DJ Finance is about to play toxic right now for you guys. I don't know if the audio will come on quickly so everyone can listen to it. But if you have the chance, you can go on YouTube and click toxic. He have many songs there. You can go and listen to it. 3 or 5, have a party live with it. Have many of his music playing in your ear when you are at work. You can do many things. We have G the in the building. Let's go. Let's keep it burning. So, G, among all of your songs you have been releasing, which of your songs is your favorite?
So far, I think it's Toxic, but it's very close to Link Up. Yeah. I like Link Up because I like the high energy songs. You know.
Damn. So are you telling me like I'm listening to one of your songs? I don't know. I was listening to a word inside. Let me read it, something like "foo," like that type of Afrobeat stuff. Yes. I listened to that song. I thought that was your favorite song, but you're telling me like your newest release stuff is your favorite song. Huh?
Like I think like I said, Link Up is really close, but Toxic is like if you hear the song, it's a story. Like everybody that like if you hear that song, from the beginning to the end, like it's perfect. That's perfect as it could be for what I wrote, you know.
Okay, I see. Cause you put so much effort behind Toxic and you spend so much behind the video. The video is looking standard. I see that. Yeah, but I know. Yeah. Your next song, 3 to 4 song that is upcoming, I know you're gonna pick them over Toxic. I know that because I know you have many great songs coming up as a rap and Afrobeat artist. So that would be great to hear from you in times to come. So I don't know. So you talk about your role model. Who is your role model?
Currently, it's funny, but The person I look up to as far as in the industry, because I'm based out here. Okay, there's two people. If it was Africa, I'll be looking at Don Jazzy. Like just the way he's kind of like the godfather of like a lot of the music that came up, you know. But I have a funny story about that actually, because we try to disturb.
DJ Finance, do you have something to reach to that about Don Jazzy being the role model, although he is not making music now? Can you talk about that before going forward?
Well, I love that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Don Jazzy, although he's not making music, but I think his love has always been producing, trying to make other people, come out, kind of help people. So I feel like now he's in the right place. So for him to see him as a role model, I love that, because he moved from being an artist, and he's strictly doing producing, marketing artist. He has a record label where he's signing so many artists. So I think Don Jazzy is a great example on how to use your music to also benefit not only other people, but also you're growing. Mm-hmm. So I like that. Yeah.
And then the other person that I look up to.
What are you learning from your role model right now? Your role model, Don Jazzy. What are you learning from him right now in your career?
As I'm working right now on my own art, I also work with an artist. His name is Young Hans. He's from Nigeria. He's actually based out of Nigeria. And he too has that kind of like, it kind of has the, he's again with the rap, but it's like more Afro beats. He sings and all that stuff. So, but he has a deep voice, kind of like me too. But he has a different dimension of like, if my voice could go somewhere else, he has a completely different dimension of that. So he made songs like Unicorn. He has this new song, Pain Them. And like, he's more.
Okay, I see that. I
Yeah.
understand why you choose Don Jazzy, because of the focus level. Because I remember when my Liberian artist, Kobasi, went into Nigeria, like doing a remix for Davido. Like Davido, the first thing Davido talked about, like he and Kobasi have a similar voice. So he's going to add Kobasi as one of his favorite, although he has a big influence on the music industry. But I hear you on that. So in going through with this, you are studying something about funny story you have. Can you tell about that a little bit?
This is us. We're like, I was talking to Young Hans. I'm like, because Young Hans is actually like, he's been doing music for a while. And there was an unfortunate incident that he just couldn't continue making music. But he was on the caliber of Pato Rankin and all that stuff, So like when these guys were blowing up, he didn't get his vehicle, So like for a long time, as creators, like you feel like for what you think you deserve, like you feel dejected, life is. So I came along in that whole process, and so I was, I got to link up with him. And, we just worked together, picking up the pieces little by little. And then I was like, you know what? Like, bro, we're going to get you signed with Don Jazzy. so we try to hit up Don Jazzy, because Don Jazzy had like a challenge, I think. So we're hitting up Don Jazzy and we're like hitting him up. Because the song he made was I'm feeling like Don Jazzy in a Maserati. And the song was fire. So I was like, yo, Don Jazzy's got to hear this song. So I think we pissed Don Jazzy off because
you keep talking about Don Jazzy. Like, have you been to a big concert to watch Don Jazzy perform, or just to see him on a big concert, or interact with him? I know you did. Have you seen him in person?
Not in person, because like he has not come to Minnesota. I don't think so, but not in person. But like I said, the world is very small. So like I know, like someone that knows Don Jazzy, right? But I'm not the kind of person that would go up and be like, hey, Don Jazzy, this is who I am, because I don't feel like I should be invading people's spaces. But that particular time we did, because I believed in that song so much, you know? And so, like I said, I think we got him angry because, not angry, but he was kind of irritated because he got on social media. It's like, hey, you guys that keep sending me songs.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Like, I would tell you to,
real quick, I want to know your name as a star sounds like an acronym of something that was blended to get his name. I'm just trying to figure out G.O. Okay, were you mind telling us the history behind this name? How you put this name together that sounds so classic?
Yeah, so it's G. Dot the odd, and it started off with because my name is Gabriel, and so when I first started rapping, I was in Minnesota. I was in college. So we were playing around, and I went to the studio for the first time. Mind you, I grew up. My dad was a radio host, so like I expected studios to be like really big places, and I got to this guy's studio, and it was like a basement studio. So it's like, yo, you record here? Like, let's do this, you know? So it's like, what's your name? I was like, I don't have a rap name. So I came up with Gabe the Don, like Gabe the Don, because I wanted my real name. And I was like, we kept making music, and I was like, I don't like that name. So I changed Gabe, and I put the initial G. Dot. So it was now G. Dot the Don, but that sounded dumb to me. I was like, I'm not, I'm not done. So what felt true to me was the fact that like I'm very different. I'm different. I move different. I talk different. You know. So I use odd because one is an odd number. So instead of saying G. Dot the one, it's like G. Dot. You know. So that's where that came up.
And yeah, that's classic. That's good. I like the numerical part of an odd number. Usually we know what an odd number is. It's something that is not even,
Yeah, exactly. So it fits.
The creativity. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. DJ was pressing on Tonjazzy, like linking up Tonjazzy, his role model. Everyone following the show, you can share the show to 10, 20%, 100%, anyone you wish to, and drop your comment in the comment section. But this is my FR. Like, I watched an interview recently, like 2 days ago, for Tonjazzy, and this lady asked Tonjazzy, what do it take for an artist to get signed to Mavin Record as a manager or Mavin Record? And Tonjazzy make it clear. Tonjazzy said that it's simple. Tonjazzy said, I've been signing these artists to Mavin Record, Rema, Arastar, and many of these young artists is through social medias. He said, if you are an artist, try to showcase yourself on social media. That was his main point. He says, secondly, you have to be talented, because he says sometimes if you hear this kind of upcoming artist that is training, or that person that wants his attention, he go on their Instagram page and see a couple of videos. He don't just go on their page and see the video of that person and that person want him to sign. He said, no. He said, I want to see that person that is struggling, coming up, like been doing this for a long time, or 15 video of freestyle on Instagram, talking and things. Then he's going to turn up. So I believe that could work, but the level you are on, you cannot just do that. Like, I've been freestyle every day. I don't know about you, but I know the level you are. You cannot do that, and I know that. So right now, I want to know, like, your role model is Tonjazzy. So I want to know what kind of music you love doing your younger age.
I used to try to write funny songs when I was younger. Like,
what is funny songs
like? Okay, just so like I was in Nigeria, went to Bar Beach, that's Lagos, and we're walking around, and I don't remember. I think my dad was like, "Oh, you." That's when I was younger. You remember? So it was me and my kid brother, my cousin, and we were just walking around. It's like, yeah, you got. It was like sea urchins, the spiky urchins. It's like they called it Jobele. It's like, yo, Jobele, and I was like, Jobele.
Okay.
So I used to like just make, and I came up from a background where my mom is from a tribe where
I
like,
was just about to ask you if music runs in your family.
yeah, my dad was like, he listened to a lot of music. He had a lot of influence with, like I said, there's people that know John Jazzy in my family and stuff, but like he had is influential in that community.
Right.
But my mom came from she's from a tribe where like there's songs for everything. I mean, like it's almost every African tribe, but like there's songs for everything. I used to joke with her like, man, like if I talk about this now, there's probably a song for this. And that's how
That's
I felt like, you can make, that's what made me really understand, like you can make any, you don't have to pigeonhole yourself with music. You can make any type of song and make it sound good because it's really about the message, right? So yeah, there's a lot of that in my family. Like they love to sing. My mom she's currently like I don't know, like a traditional wedding host, so she does a lot of singing, does a lot of like poetry and stuff like that. And my dad is like an MC. It was like a radio. So yeah.
So your family in the entertainment business.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's what's up.
But it's inevitable.
Okay, like that's cool. That's cool. I want to know this because I've been bringing a couple of artists, been listening to a couple of artists. Some of them mainly pass through church. I want to know have you been in a church that you have been included in your music in activities like choir or some department?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, that is very, very common with musicians. A lot of them start in the church. And I remember like I used to beat drums in church. Like when I was younger, it's very religious, we'll go play drums in church. I was like directing the kids choir, drama, stuff like that. So like I was heavily involved and I tried, learn the keyboard and in church and yeah, praise and worship. I remember
this may just sound funny to me, but I don't know. That's why I want to know from you. Why most of these training artists that came on God, why you guys just choose to go to secular music where you came from God? Like I feel like God educate you on music, how to do about music, but where you started from.
Let me explain that to you. The world is bigger than the church. The world is bigger than the church. And like the church, everybody tries to funnel everybody into church. It's like, that's not possible. There's no church that has all the people, So, like, that's why people tend to, Aretha Franklin, she sang gospel songs. Ray Charles switched gospel songs. So like, we're trying to reach people. We're trying to win souls too.
I hear you.
But it's not just because I'm not flying a Bible around and like thumping people over the head doesn't mean like I'm a demon, So I think like that's where people get it wrong. It's like they expect me to be like, talking about like everything that's nice and good, but that's not the world.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a culture over there back home. Like Christianity must be a culture back home. It's that we raised almost, we grow up that way. Like go to church, and in a way, it puts us in the box at a very early age, because then they tell you that because you are Christian, you can't do this. You can't do this, so you feel so limited as a child when your brain as a child is ready to just go and do whatever. So we limit our kids with this religion instead of telling them that, Jesus also wants us to be great. So
DJ Finance, I'm noticing that like some of our young folks that are in the choir right now that can sing. So you are encouraging, and if they have the opportunity, they can come to secular side, right?
But I feel like you can make secular music without being, you can make respectful secular music.
Thank you, G, for getting me out of for getting me out of this one.
No, because I feel like
So Gido, real quick, I'll let you know what's the prospect of your brand currently in Minnesota where you live. Do you have a strong social media presence? Are you ready moving things
in Minnesota? I'm building the social media presence right now. Like I have a lot of like people like personal connections. But on social media, like I'm building that. Like I know most of my social media, I used to be private, you know, like with the music and like trying to get myself. Now I have to push myself out.
Yeah.
You know, so like I had to get out of that comfort zone because I'm the kind of person that used to have only 1,000 Facebook friends because only the people I know. But now I gotta like open it up and be public, you know. So like it won't take long, but I feel like I'm gonna grow that fast, you know, because they respect, like everywhere I go, you know, I meet people and they like me as a person. And they never even heard my music. They just like me. They add me on social. So when they now hear my music, they're like, "Wow, like you didn't give me those vibes," you know.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah.
So that's true. Chitumo, before coming in, he talk about his brand thing. I want to know. I saw you winning a award in Minnesota. I don't know if it is best artist in Minnesota. I saw you winning that. In winning that award, did you win that award as a single artist, or you on a management team or distribution team, anything that is helping you out?
I run my own business. I'm my own manager, my own social media manager, everything. I wear many hats. So that was validation in a way because I wasn't expecting that at all. You know, like I said, I don't think I'm out there as much as I am. But then, you know, I got invited to the award show and I won a pretty huge award, you know, International Men's Artist of the Year. And that was validation for me.
Wow.
It was good.
So now,
okay.
challenge.
Go ahead, Chitumo.
You being your own manager, your own social media manager, doing your own branding. What's the challenge right now in multitasking as an artist and doing the managerial aspect? What's the challenge right now?
The biggest challenge is sensory overload. Like when you do too much, like when you work, you have to be organized. You have to be organized and efficient with everything that you're doing. So I like to plan ahead of time. So like I won't tell you like this is exactly what I want to do unless I know exactly what I want to do. You know. So shout out to Isaac because he's given me advice on how to move with that too. So I'm not like the biggest challenge of it is just keeping your mind together, not rushing too fast, making sure that you follow your plan and trusting your plan. And if your plan is not going the way it wants, then you can always adapt the plan, but like not just abandoning everything, you know?
Right. Have you ever ran out of lyrics?
Have I ever ran out of lyrics?
Have you sat down and be like, nothing is coming up, you know? And
you get writer's block. But like running out of lyrics is like, that means the world ran out of stories, but no, I cannot. But
that's what I meant, that you run out of lyrics. You don't have anything to sing about or to rap about.
No, I have a lot. The challenge.
Okay.
The challenge
But
for me
I tell you, DJ Final, we can bet on this. I tell you, like right now, G-Dog can go a script 2-minute rap drive.
So that he can go. Yeah, I see that. I heard that. Yeah.
He can go that. So I trust him that he cannot go all of that story right now. So,
But let me ask G-Dog though. So G-Dog, have you performed on stage and forgot your lyrics? And what did you do?
When I first started, okay, so I don't. Okay, so you know, I hate to say, but you know, mental health and stuff. Like I think I have ADD. You hear how I talk? So like, so when I write my songs, I make my songs, then I go out. When I first started rapping, like when I'm rapping, I'm looking at the crowd and watching how they're reacting to my music. You know, how they're reacting to my lyrics, and at the same time, I'm rapping the song, so I'm on autopilot, but my brain is running fast, and then my brain is like, oh, you should have put this word here. You should put. So then I try to switch it on stage, and then I just forget what I'm doing. So that's how I forget the lyrics. So like, but what I do to recover is like I just freestyle. But I know the audience might not know. That's not what I wanted to present. But they're like, you know, it's good. So,
but is it because you are nervous, or is it because you are a little tipsy?
No, like nervousness plays a role in it, but it's more like, nervousness plays the biggest role in that. but as I grew as an artist, like I said from the beginning, as I grew as an artist, one of my mentors at the time, his DJ Mixwell, and I was like, yeah, I usually feel like my legs been shaking on stage and stuff. And he said,
Okay, yeah, let's be shaking on stage. So that bring me into this. Do we have anything or something that you can take to be active, to go on stage, to have that vibe?
yeah. So like I used to drink and smoke, but and
Wow.
then I get on stage and I feel like free and then I'm doing my thing. But then for the past year, I had to stay sober, and I realized like I did not know that if I did not get sober, that I actually perform better sober
Right.
than getting drunk. 'Cause I know, like, I'm very sure that you've seen an artist that is like sloppy on stage.
Yeah.
Like a really good artist, but they just partied a little bit too hard in
Right.
the back, And I don't want to, like, for me, it's a disservice to the fans. The fans need to get the best of you. So, like, I might take a sip, I might take a shot, but like, it's not like how I used to be. Like, I just want to party and then get on stage and just be wild and live and like you think you're being live and wild, but like the audience is like, that guy is drunk.
Silly, right?
They can tell. Like, man, that dude is drunk.
That's all right. I see.
So G Dot,
get some question.
yeah. So G Dot, most artists that are in America, and not just America, but in Africa, they have a long-term goal. I would like to know, within the next 5 years, with the kind of work you are putting in place, where do you hope to see your brand? Where do you hope to see yourself as an artist? Where do you see yourself going within the next 5 years in terms of your craft?
I definitely want to be traveling worldwide, like touring. I see myself touring, collabing with, up and coming artists, being part of the culture, moving the culture forward. So, and being the fact that I'm like, I have this hybrid style, like I want to have an influence here. Like the thing about, I think the one thing, Thames is the first person to break that barrier, actually, because as legit as African artists are, they still hold us as second class. You remember they used to have the Grammys and then they would give all the African awards in the back.
So
they would
yeah, real fast. I would like to know why you really think is responsible for them considering an African artist to be like a second class when it comes to the awarding the Grammy. Like
perception is the perception of like, African is not big. Like it's the perception. Like it's not. It's very. I think it's purposeful. Like to make you feel like, well, you're not quite like us. These people are more educated. You're from Africa. Look at how Africa looks. And I want to, like within the next 5 years, I want to be influential where I can change that perception, like not single-handedly, but contribute to changing that perception of us as being like third world or behind or, and there's a lot of people out there right now that are challenging that perspective of Africans, So I want to be there too. That's where I see myself.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay, that's great to know. That's great to know. But I wanted to squeeze in a question. But before going to that, I want to know you run, like, you do not run out of lyrics, and you have the potential to write about 2 minutes straight a cappella. Have you been to a rap battle, street rap battle, or any type of battle where you conquer the battle?
Yeah, so that's what actually got me into rap, because I started on the battle court. In college, we were bored, and then we did the battles, and I didn't win, but the DJ was like, "Bro, like you have a lot of potential." So that's how I got into that studio. So
go ahead.
Yeah, but battle rap right now has evolved so much that it's a different form. So, like again with Afro beats, like you can't unless you're super super talented. You can't just like change. Like I can't be you could be a battle rapper, a really great battle rapper, but it doesn't mean you write good songs. You know, my thing is to make good songs. You know, one of my, like, I always get advice. That's how I develop as a person. And I was so keen on being really good at freestyling and just coming up off the top of my head. And then my friend was like, yeah, like, that's good, but then you get into the habit of just freestyling. So now you want to write a song, you're freestyling the whole song, and it doesn't carry quite the emotion that you want it to carry. It's like, I look at songs like a nice package, you know? So like you make that song, you like, you want to make a package, but you're so used to building a package a different way, you know? So now you have to switch how your brain works to build it this way, you know? So
quickly pausing you on that. Many of our fans are watching, they are putting up their comment. I want to know, you talk about freestyling rap and breathing up rap. Like, I want to know a freestyle rapper and a rapper that can rap. Who is the real rapper? Freestyle rapper and a rapper that can rap. Who is the real rapper to you?
Who's the real rapper? Well, I think both of them are. Because like I said, they're not the same rapper. They try to like say, like, compare it. It's like apples to oranges. It's like they're not the same, you know. Like there's some people, like rare that are very good at freestyling and making songs. But if you really look at the people that are really good at freestyling and making songs, they wrote those freestyles. It's a lot of verses that they wanted to throw away that they just kept as freestyle.
Oh,
like
something. So that's really what it is. Oh, you just gave us a secret to the audience. So
yeah, that's great.
Okay.
There's a lot of throwaway raps that end up as freestyle.
That's what's up. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
like, go ahead, bro.
So G, that I will also let you know. You say you want to see yourself touring the world and going places. In terms of collaborations, are there plans to work with other Afrobeat artists from, let's say, Liberia or any other country in West Africa, with the exception of Nigeria? You are from?
Definitely. Like I said, Jay-Z is my favorite right now, and like there is opportunity. Like I'm crossing my fingers that I would definitely be doing something this year, you know. So not like y'all just get in his ear, but there's a chance that we definitely work on something, and I think it's going to be special, you know.
That'll be hard. That'll be some good.
So I think so, because like that, you know, he's got like having two different styles and like you being yourself on the song and like having a concept that matches. Yeah. And then as far as like I love diverse music. So like Awilo, you know, like I don't mind working with like traditional artists. You know, I'm just a person that writes my lyrics, writes my songs. So like whatever the concept is, that's a topic that we can talk about. And then you get to hear like my point of view on it, on a song, and it resonates with people. That's how I see music, that little package, you know. So
okay, that's good. That's good to know. Like, we are running out of time quickly, but before going there, I want to ask you this question, and I will give some reference on it. But I want to know, have you worked or collaborated with any international DJ or local DJ?
I'm trying to think. Not off the top of my head right now. I'm trying to think. I know I have. Well, not personally.
You are in a hot seat right now.
Yeah, not personally with my music, but like with Young Hans, like we've worked with other DJs. Like we're getting his songs played on radio in Africa right now. But like I said, I like to keep to myself. So like I have to really challenge myself to get out there. You know, really push myself to be out there as an artist. And like, you know, Isaac, like how I am, like, I'm like, well, like you got to push yourself.
Yeah.
Bro.
So that's good. That's good to know. Like, I know you 100% how you work and move with things. I know. So we have one of the biggest international DJ that work with Cable FM in Oregon, USA, and DJ Finest. Yeah. So in time to come, we like to collaborate with DJ Finance, like the first Nigerian artist and Liberian DJ to collaborate to have that big masterpiece?
I'm with it. I love that. Like, let's get creative. You know,
So which type of vibe do you think that you can put?
You
You
see,
can
Isaac
put
already
DJ
creating a collaboration. I hear you, Isaac.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
which
I
type
go
of
with it.
vibe actually can you put DJ Finance on? I want to know that quickly, bro.
Can I put her on?
He really got you in the hot seat. Or is it me in the hot seat? Who's in the hot seat?
You. No, I think I'll fly to Oregon to go to work with her. Like, I don't mind. All right.
So this is so perfect. I just know because I know you're a great artist. In flying to Oregon to do a collaboration with DJ Founders, like, do you think it's gonna be big, like doing a creative video, like making it just big, like a first big international collaboration between your style of music and Liberian DJ to just play it that much that if you plan to release this banger, this collaboration, it's gonna explode that type of vibe I'm thinking of that you can create with DJ Finance?
Yeah, I would love to. I definitely would love to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I said, like, I want to expand. Like, it's not gonna be, music is also with the community. Like, so I'm not trying to. I work on what I want to present, and I put it on the words, and the emotions. But like the beats,
we have few artists out here too as well. We got a few Liberian artists here, like Black Ice, who is also a rapper.
Black Ice.
Now he's moving on to what you call it, Afrobeat and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think when you come to Oregon, that's something we can definitely talk about. Like,
I'm down for that. Yeah, make it
Okay,
happen.
like quickly going through. Let me ask my last question before my co-hosts have their last question to pose to you before we close. I want to know that the award you won recently in Minnesota, did you win that award before Liberian artists that were involved in that C category based in America, Minnesota?
There were a few artists nominated. I think X10. I'm trying to remember. I don't think G-Rise was, but G-Rise I think is out of Houston now. But there were a few. There was a couple because like there's a big Liberian community in Minnesota. So like I think the award was mainly just to recognize the amount of work I was doing in the past year. So like I said, I don't like to think of myself bigger or smaller than anyone. So it's not that I was better. I think it was like I worked hard and that was just a recognition for it. So like that a lot of the Liberian artists actually X10 was congratulating me on Mr. Monrovia, like they show love. So it's not like a crazy competition. It's not like animosity, it's like, you deserve it. And I wasn't expecting a lot of that. So, but yeah, to say the truth, I think Liberia is definitely coming up next on this Afrobeat thing. Like,
Okay.
I got the right spot.
Okay.
So,
final questions, please.
I'm sorry.
I'll like your responses to questions asked. But I would just like to say that I want to know what impact would you like to see your song making? Because most artists do songs for different reasons. Why do you do music, and how would you like to see your songs impacting others out there? What impact do you want to see through your music?
I want people to like I picture like people living their normal lives, just living like you're washing dishes and my lyric comes to your mind. Like you're feeling a certain type of way and it's like, oh, I can reference this. For me, for instance, like I'm feeling kind of down. Oh, actually recently I posted that the DMX lyrics or whatever. But like I was feeling kind of down and I felt like I wasn't doing quite enough, and DMX has been gone for how many years? Like, and the song that came to mind was "Get at Me, Dog." It's like, what must I go through to show you shit is real? And like, so that's the kind of impact I want to make with my music. Like when people hear about, like when people are, you know, in a funk or in a good place, in a bad place, like they have something that they can remember from my songs that fit the situation.
Great. So that's
Okay,
the message.
DJ Finance, final question, because we are running out of time quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I just love everything, you know, we talked about today. When it comes to question, before we leave, I just wanted to know, in Liberia, you know, most of our artists, they struggle with making funds, you know, getting money off their craft. And even our Liberian artists here in the United States. So although you are not a Liberian artist, so in your, you know, the community you are in, do you guys have some limitations when it comes to support from the Nigerian community?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I feel like, again, it's not complaining, but I feel like Africans don't support you until you're big. They don't, like, you know, you know, like I said, my dad is influential in the community, and I was like, you know, when I started rapping, it's like, why are you doing that? And then we were driving around San Francisco one day, and then he just pops in one of my songs, and it's like singing to it, you know. So like for like the money value, definitely. I think the money comes after people start to understand that you're legitimate, like you really care about your craft, you know, that you really know what you're talking about, you know. But before that, there's a whole lot of questions. Yeah. Like, why should I come see you? You know, like,
well, you got to. Right.
So
I like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah, that's the same thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Okay, that's the same thing I always tell DJ Finance. Yeah, other people are in the diaspora, like back diaspora artists, but not getting support from Liberians down here. I say, like, see, for example, for G.O, like G.O don't have that much communication with artists or big entertainers, big names that back home, like other Liberian artists in the diaspora do. You have to work hard and have that big name. If you don't have that big name, trust me, if you're trying to come back home to get that support, you're going to spend much. You're going to spend money to get that support and that spotlight you want. So that's just it. But quickly going through that, I want to know, they did, yeah, but the concept of Case Daniel coming to Liberia, did he hear about that?
Oh yeah, is that where he got arrested? I thought it was. Is that where?
No, it was Tanzania. It was Tanzania. Like
Yeah.
December.
What happened with
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Did you hear about him coming to Liberia?
No, what happened in Liberia?
Okay, that's cool. I guess like you.
That's good. Then we just leave it like.
Was it that?
Just like that. Because if you was know, like I could bring up topic.
But you said you like that.
Just cry on that.
Yeah. In our labyrinth, we call it living.
Living.
No, I think
G don't know that. G don't know that living hanging, and I know you speak Kolokwa, right?
Right.
All right.
You speak Kolokwa.
I know G does be eating all the Liberian in Minnesota.
They're teaching me a little bit.
Right.
I hear it. I'm like, it's
They
like
teaching you small.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sharp.
But do you rap before going? Do you rap in your local language, the Nigerian pidgin? Do you rap in that slang?
Like I don't really speak my language. I understand my language completely. But like when I write it, it's easier for me to actually write it. Like so I add it to my songs. Like Omano de Slack, you know, that kind of stuff. Like Kinney. That the song Kinney is like the hook was like Kinney Moshe Don't Think Parigo, like basically. So I write because I really want to show people like, yeah, I rep where I come from, you know. I really love where I'm from.
Will you mind blessing our speakers too? Because we interview artists here and sometimes we don't see them, doing. one or two freestyle. We man blessing our speakers. I mean, doing something for our ears. Because this something. I mean, we want to hear something that will.
You mean freestyle or little acapella before going up?
Okay, so I've been putting in the work. They see it coming easy, so they envy when they lurk. They be making up stories. I don't have the energy to straighten every story. You believe what you gotta. I'll be the uncomfortable truth of my arrival. I'll seize their collateral. The bombshell they were banking on destroying me didn't prosper. I'm solid as the core of an apricot. I'm just trying to build, not destroy the lot. Since I've been gone, they've been taking shots. But now I'm back, they don't say a lot. It's the least of my concerns. Save my energy for things that I can earn. Put that shit in perspective. The time I spend has got to be worth the incentive.
Oh,
Wow, that's
You know
great.
what? You know what,
lyrics.
You sound like a. I mean, I'm seeing you playing with N words, doing some rhyming. Are you a poet also? You sound like a pen man.
Surely he is. He is surely.
I'll take it.
I be thinking rappers are like poets because they can flow, you know. So it's like you gotta know that. But okay, let me just ask them for my own personal, what you call it, curiosity. So as a rapper, do you have to recital or light? How often, you know, how long can you down one rap, like one song?
Like, how long does it take for me to like write
To
it?
to remember and just play it without even looking at the words.
Okay, so this is for me, the trick is like sometimes I write the songs, it'll take me like a week to like remember it. But if it's like that, like I usually, like I said, I lose confidence in that song. So usually it's almost right away. It's like, because
Okay.
I like, if I can remember, because it's, if I can remember it like that, it's dope to me.
I
You know what I
hear
mean? Yeah. But if it's not dope to me, then I start questioning it. Like,
Okay.
is it, you know,
That's
I got
a good
one more,
thing.
guys.
That's a good one. Thank
Okay, that's great. That's great to know. Everyone following Pepper Cherry Show right now. Thanks for following. Thanks for giving us your time. We appreciate. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for making a comment on our show. We have Cheetah. Oh yeah, you can check in on Instagram. You can check in on Twitter. You can check in on YouTube and get all of your songs. So I will leave this with my co-host to leave their parting comment before closing out with our guest Cheetah.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for honoring our request and coming on our platform. You know, you don't be a stranger. Please let us know when something new come up and you want us to play. You know, as Isaac said earlier, I do radio here. So if you have something you want me to play without the N word, or you know, if you want to give me work, then I have to edit it.
Right.
I can do that as well. But shout out to you and thank you so much for coming on and you know participating in this show. Thanks to our audience for joining and watching us. We appreciate
So, in a very special way, I would like to say gratitude.org. I like how you do your thing. I mean, I'm impressed by your presentation. And it's good to know that you have been working very hard behind the scene as a one man pushing your craft out there. So this is Pepper Chair. Let's stay in touch. Like DJ Fanny said, as a team, our arms are always open. Personally, I'm a blogger. You can check my brand, Brains of Liberia, and let's stay in touch in terms of doing publication for some of your works too. Well, it was nice having you, and we wish you all the best as you continue doing your thing, especially at this period of your silence where you said you are doing a lot of writing. Now you are not having a lot of studio session. I hope that your coming back to the studio will be more fire. Talk on, man.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me. This was a pleasure. It's good to talk with you guys. I definitely want to stay connected. Shout out to the audience, everybody that was listening and interacting. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for having open arms. And yeah, I like the jokes.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like Peter, thanks for coming through. I don't have a lot to say because you like my big brother, so I don't have a lot to say about it. Like, thanks for accepting my invitation to come on Pepper Chair from Minnesota there. Thanks for coming through. We hope to have you on our platform again, where you're gonna be winning a Grammy Award, BT Award, like fire for
Yeah.
now. We pray
Amen.
with
That, amen.
to do that. Like keep pushing. We hope to see that collaboration work with our biggest DJ Finest in Oregon again. We pray that work and keep me a thing. Check Gita on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, any part of social media. Gita, you can check him out on there. Go and play a song, listen to his song, make your comment. We will be back here tomorrow evening with another edition of our show, your favorite show, Pepper Chair Show. So stay tuned as we turn up tomorrow for another sweet edition of Pepper Chair Show. Thanks for following. I'm the blogger as currently based in West Africa, Liberia. Check me on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you can find me. Thanks for joining to the show. So Gita, salute, bro. Thanks for coming through. Bye, everyone that watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.